As the year has just started, one of the things you really want to get right this year is your finances, especially where you keep your money. Because let's face it, regardless of how much you are saving each month, if you've got your money in the wrong account, it could actually be making you poorer. For example, at the end of last year, we knew that the inflation rate in the UK was about 3.9%, which means that if you've got your money in an account that is paying you anything under 4% in interest, then it's actually making you poorer. So why don't you check your savings account to see how much you are earning there in interest? If you are earning anything under 4%, then this video is for you. In fact, if you are earning anything slightly over 4%, then this video is also for you, because in this video, I'll share with you 4 major bank accounts that I think you should have this year. Of course, the information I share here does not constitute financial advice. It's based on my experience. So if you want to act upon these, then do your own further research or seek further help. If you stay with me till the end of the video, in fact, I will share with you the examples of those banks that I actually bank with. Stay with me. Hello and welcome to Diaspora Careers and Investments. My name is Shadrach, and in this video, I'll share with you 4 major bank accounts that I think you should have this year. In my first video, I shared with you 4 finance principles that I'm living by this year. In this video, I'll share with you another bonus principle, which is make your money work for you. And that really is the principle that is guiding this video. We want our money to work as hard as possible to earn the most interest rates. And so in this video, I'll share with you those bank accounts that I think you should have and examples of the high interest paying ones. Let's start. The first type of bank account you should create this year is a regular saver account. Regular saver account. As the name suggests, a regular saver account is a type of savings account whereby you decide to deposit money regularly each month for a year. Usually, these bank accounts pay higher interest rates compared to other savings accounts, so you definitely want one. Unfortunately, they come with quite some restrictions. A regular saver account usually pays the interest at the end of the year, so every month you deposit the amount, but then the interest is paid at the end of the year. Also, they usually don't like you to withdraw money from the regular saver account. No, in fact, if you withdraw money from the regular saver account, they would usually drop the interest rate to 1%. So it actually defies the purpose. So you don't want to be withdrawing money from your regular saver account. No. Also, because they pay quite high interest rates, there's usually a maximum amount you can deposit each month. And if you don't, you miss it. Because it makes sense. If they are paying you, say, 8%, I would go for a loan from, a bank for maybe 4% and then come and deposit it there so that I earn 8%. Because of that, they actually give you a maximum amount you can deposit each month. So let us look at the best, banks that offer these regular saver accounts. Nationwide, at the moment, offers a regular saver account that pays 8%. 8%. And the maximum you can put in there is about £200. This is followed by Skipton Building Society that pays 7.5%. And the maximum you can put there is £250 per month. So every month you put 250. Every month you put 250. So you can do your calculation yourself, how much you have at the end of the year. This is followed by First Direct. First Direct pays 7%. And the maximum you can deposit each month is £300. So every month you can put £300 in First Direct and they pay you 7% on their regular saver account. Club Lloyd's pays about 6.25% and they allow a maximum of £400 per month. This is followed by NatWest or RBS, which pays about 6.125%, and the maximum they allow is actually £150. So yeah, so you see clearly that even though the interest rates for these accounts tend to be quite high, they give you a maximum that you can pay, into each month. But remember the principle we spoke about. You want your money to work as hard as possible. So the question really is there a place that your £200 or £300 can work the most? Well, then I think this is the place to actually keep your £200 each month or £300 each month in order to get it working the most. You want to keep the money where it will earn you the most interest. Yeah, if you're already thinking of what I'm thinking, no. You cannot open 2 regular saver accounts in the same bank. They usually don't allow you to open, say, 2 regular saver accounts with the same bank. No. But of course, you can open several regular saver accounts in different banks. And that is exactly what I do. I've got regular saver accounts with NatWest, with First Direct, with Nationwide. So at the end of the day, you put 200 here, 250 there, 300 there, which means that at the end of the day, you are earning 8% here, 7.5 here, 6% here, and you'll be averaging about 7.2% at the end of the year, which is better than having it in an account paying, say, 3% or 4% or even 5%. So that is one way to get around it. Of course, if you've got only £300, then maybe you want to open just one. But if you have the luxury or you are blessed to save more, then you can open multiple saver accounts, and that can be a good way. I'll put a link to all these bank accounts in the description box below, so do check them out. At this point, can I ask you to kindly subscribe to this channel if you have not already subscribed, and like this video so that we can reach a lot more people. Let's go to the second bank account. The next set of bank accounts that you want to have is an easy access account. Easy access account. These bank accounts usually allow you easy access to your money, essentially. And they also allow you to put in a lump sum. So if you've got, say, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, even 20,000 sitting down that you want to have easy access to whenever you need it, then these are the accounts you want to create. Remember, inflation is at 3.9%. So you still want to have easy access to your money, but it must still be lying in an account that pays higher than inflation, higher than 3.9%, so that you don't become poor, because that is how you become poor, if you earn lower than inflation. And there are some decent ones out there which pays, higher than inflation. So let's run through those. The first is Metro Bank. Metro Bank pays 5.22% at the moment, and you can deposit, as much as you have, essentially, and they'll pay you 5.22%. The next is Ulster Bank. Ulster Bank is owned by NatWest, and they pay 5.2%. So that's still, a good one. This is followed by Kahoot. Kahoot is run by Santander, and they pay about 5.12% at the moment. And you can keep up to £1 million in there. So you can see already that if you've got some lump sum, that is where you want to keep your money, if you still want access to your money. Of course, there are fixed accounts that you can open, which also allow you to put in lump sums. But these ones would actually fix the money. So, I'll put a link to this in the description box below. If you want to check them out, then do check them out. But if you want something, to have easy access to, then these are the easy access accounts you want to consider. Now, let us try to combine the ideas we've learned between the regular saver account and the easy access account to see how we can maximize our savings, how we can ensure that our money works the best. Let's use an example. If you've got, say, £5,000 or £10,000, how are you going to save it? Are you going to keep the money or, the whole lump sum in an easy access account to earn, say, 5.22% in Metro? Maybe that may be a good approach if you want easy access to your money. But if you don't mind putting a bit of the money away, then I guess a smarter move would be to open a few regular saver accounts and then have the easy access account and set a direct debit between, the regular saver account, or even a standing order between the regular saver account and the easy access account, so that each month they withdraw, say, 300 or 200 or whatever be the maximum for the regular saver from the easy access account into the regular saver. Does that make sense? So let's use an example. You've got £5,000 sitting in, say, Metro Bank, and then you set a standing order between Metro Bank and, say, your First Direct account, regular saver. So in the first month, First Direct will take £300 from the easy access into your regular saver. So it means for the first month, you are earning interest of 7% on the £300. But at the same time, you are earning, say, 5% interest on the 5,700 remaining in the easy access account. In the second month, First Direct again pulls 300 from your easy access account, which means you are going to earn 7% on £600 now in your regular saver account, but you are earning 5% on the remainder, which is 5,400. So essentially, your money in the easy access account reduces, but then it goes to your regular saver. And that is how, that will be a smarter way to make your money work the most. Of course, if you are, privileged, or if you are blessed enough to be able to pay from your salary or pay from anywhere into a regular saver account without touching your easy access, then there's no conversation about this. So that is how you want your money to work the most. The essential principle here is this, that you want your £300 or your £600 or your £150 to be making the most interest as possible. So there's no point keeping it in a 1.5 or a 5% account when you can actually earn 8%, if that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, do let me know in the comment section, and I'm happy to respond to it and explain even better on a one-on-one appointment, where we talk about these. Like I said earlier, if you don't mind locking, a lump sum away, then you can earn, slightly higher. But in my view, there's really little incentive to lock a bit of money away, because while easy access accounts pay about 5.22, the best, even locking money away would pay just slightly over that. So unless you are sure that you can lock your money for, say, 6 months or 1 year, I will put a link to those in the description box below, and you can check those out. But that is not what I talk about in this video. The next set of account that I think you should open if you don't own your first home is a lifetime ISA. And I can't, emphasize this enough. I've got a whole video explaining, what lifetime ISA is. If you've not seen it, I'll put a link to that in the description box below. Do check it out. But essentially, a lifetime ISA pays you 25% on money up to £4,000 for you to buy your first home. So this is only for those who wish to buy their first home here in the UK and they are under 40 years old. So unfortunately, if you're over 40 years, you cannot open that. And of course, you can open only one lifetime ISA account. This is not like the regular saver account where you can open in different places. No. For this, you can only open one in each tax year. I'll put a link to that video in the description box below. Do check it out. And actually, one of the best places to have your lifetime ISA account at the moment is Moneybox, because apart from the government bonus that you earn on your £4,000 or up to £4,000, Moneybox also pays you 4.25%, which is still higher than inflation. So, I mean, not so much higher than inflation, but it's still better than, than 1%. So that is fairly good. But remember, the incentive for actually having a lifetime ISA is not necessarily the 4.25 Moneybox is going to pay. It is actually the 25% you are getting from government. Again, if you've not seen the video, I'll put a link to it in the description box below. So that is the best place. This is followed by Paragon Money, Beehive Money, Skipton Building Society. I don't like to talk about these ones because they pay lower than inflation. They pay about 3.5%, which is lower than inflation. So it's not that great. But remember, this is lifetime ISA or lifetime ISA. The motivation for opening a lifetime ISA is the 25% from government, which is, of course, way higher than inflation. So definitely open a lifetime ISA if you don't have one. In fact, if you are unsure whether you would use it to buy a house or not, I would encourage you to open an account today and put just £1 so that you get the ball rolling. Of course, like I've said, I've got a whole video on lifetime ISA, so I'm not going to go into what lifetime ISA is in this video, but I'll put a link to it in the description box below. Do check it out. The final account I would encourage you to open this year is an investment account. Many of you have been postponing the idea of doing investments because you are still not sure, because you still don't understand. Sometimes you just understand better if you start doing it. Of course, I've recorded a few videos explaining how these work. My recent video was on how you can actually invest in S&P 500 via Moneybox, which was quite simple to understand. I've also got a video on how you can invest in S&P 500 using Vanguard platform. Either of these is great. Rather, I would encourage you to use your stocks and shares ISA option. When you go onto both of these accounts, they ask you to use your stocks and shares ISA or the general option. Of course, the stocks and shares ISA option allows you to earn interest tax-free. So that is what you want to do. Like lifetime ISA, you can only open one stocks and shares ISA each tax year. So you can only open it with, whether Moneybox or Vanguard. Of course, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I go for, funds rather than individual stocks, especially for first-timers. If you're not sure about the individual stocks, which I actually tend to avoid, I would encourage you to consider funds because it's more diversified and it's also for the long term. You can start with as little as £10 today or as little as £50 or whatever you can. You can actually put in the money and forget about it. But if you wish to continue, which I would encourage, then you want to do it regularly. I hope that helps. But if it's not clear, do let me know in the comment section. And I'm even happy to book an appointment with you. So let's just recap. 4 accounts I think you should open this year. a regular saver account that pays high interest rates, an easy access account that pays higher than inflation, a lifetime ISA account if you don't own your own home and you plan to buy your first home here in the UK. The government pays 25%. Fantastic. You are not getting that anywhere. Finally, an investment account. If you even feel a bit more motivated, then I would encourage you to look at personal pensions, whereby the government pays 25% bonus on any investment you do in stocks and shares using private pension. Yes, I've got a video on that also, and I'll put that in the description box below. So do check them out. Thank you for staying with me till the end of this video. In my next video, I'll talk to you about credit card accounts and reward accounts that you must have this year. If you'd like to see that video, I'd encourage you to click the subscribe button and like this video and the notification bell so that once we upload that video, you get notified. Until the next one, stay blessed and God bless.